It's the NFL on EA Sports, and there's no love lost between these NFC North foes. It's the Minnesota Vikings and the Green Bay Packers. All that and more coming up next.
This place first opened way back in 1957. We are inside legendary Lambeau Field here in Green Bay. Today it's a black and blue matchup in the NFC North between the Minnesota Vikings and the Green Bay Packers. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gutton. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. With me, as always, Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at a matchup like this. It's really the running backs that may take center stage here today.
And in today's football, they're still valuable, not just as runners, but guys who can catch the ball as well. It's really the number of touches that determines things these days.
Mason Crosby of the Packers has it teed up, and off we go from Lambeau. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Vikings offense coming out for the first time, and in his fifth season leading this crew, coming off his third career Pro Bowl nod, Kirk Cousins.
And one nice thing you can always say about Kirk Cousins is that he's consistent. Always puts up nice numbers each and every year. If there is a downside to his game, it's been the lack of playoff success. All in all, though, a formidable starting quarterback at a time in the league where it's tough to find your franchise guy.
Off the play fake, Cousins. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. And just a yard to go here on second down. Play fake, Cousins. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
And there's completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
They go play action. Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 23 yards to pick up there. Heck of a start for him here, Charles, on this opening drive, and they're doing it all through the air. That's 4 snaps and 4 passes so far.
I do think there's an argument, Brandon, to maybe mix in a running play or two, but the way that these offenses are constructed, you can get that done with swing passes and checkdowns. The way they're throwing it, I'd keep pressing it downfield.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Coming up on 2nd and 7. Cousins to throw it. Throw caught there by Osborne. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 15-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. And he remains perfect on this opening drive. Charles now 5 of 5 and another first down to work with.
He's like one of those great shooters in basketball that has his rhythm, has his confidence, and he doesn't think anything is going to miss right now. As far as he's concerned, he's going to be perfect the entire game, and who's to say that it won't happen the way he's throwing it right now.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive. And once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That was a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Cousins. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game. And nice pass there. Now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner, and that means they've got to execute at this stage of the field. So we've seen many teams march it right to the goal line and not cash in. They got something dialed up here that puts it in the end zone.
1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Cook will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
Alvin Cook's so good in the open field, but he's equally good down here near the goal line. He can find those seams and just push his way through. So he might get another chance or two to punch this one in.
On 2nd and goal, Cook waiting in the backfield all alone. Cousins now. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Making that play on the pass rush, that's Devontae White.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Now get out of his hand quicker.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Cousins. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. K.J. Osborne from 10 yards out. And the Vikings have taken the early lead on the road here at Lambeau. Personally, for him, a great opening drive. He had 3 catches, including the touchdown.
That felt like tremendous scouting, great film watching, and creating a game plan to start this off, not only to get him involved, but to send a message to the defense. You got a lot to handle in this one.
Joseph connects on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that one a long 11-play drive, and it's polished off by a Viking score. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Keyshawn Nixon now from his end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. And here comes the winner of the last 2 NFL MVP awards, Aaron Rodgers, as he brings his Packers out for their first series of the game.
There have been very few quarterbacks in the NFL who have been as consistent throughout their career as Aaron Rodgers. He's been good for so long, and we've seen no decline in his skills. His accuracy and arm strength continue to elevate the talent around him, and his in-game mistakes, few and far between.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He has it complete to Christian Watson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
So for the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. He'll get this to about the 38.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing now is Rodgers. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, that's when we turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? You have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. 5 yards, and that means they come up short as they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. Here comes Rager. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. And the Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, they used to turn the lights on in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
They start the drive with Cook. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's exactly what offenses try to avoid by using motion and throwing different formations up. They hate when he can draw a beat on the play, get a running start, and make a big play behind the line of scrimmage as he did just there.
On 2nd and 11 now. Cousins. Open as Osborne. He's got him. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He had a touchdown on the opening drive. Now he's got a first down.
He's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him. And I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
On play action, Cousins. He finds his man, complete. That's Osborne. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Throwing is Cousins. He finds his man, complete. It's Osborne. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
A gain of 9 yards. 1st down, Vikings.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Again, it's Cousins. He finds his man complete. That's Osborne. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
A senior brings up 2nd and 4 at the 40-yard line.
Get something together. Let's go, man. Get him going, baby.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. Had the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, it's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in on the skill position, guys. But those big fellas up front, they're really making this offense go early in the game.
They'll throw again. Cousins. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Devontae Wyatt. Now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter play. He seemed to have a reasonable amount of time in the pocket, but he couldn't get rid of the football, and the end result, Charles, him on the ground.
Yeah, he's got to keep an internal clock to go along with his offensive line. When you're talking about 3, 4, 5 seconds, that's a reasonable amount of time to expect him to deliver the ball downfield. So great to try and complete a pass, but it's equally important to know when to throw the football away, too.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Here's Cousins. Over the middle, complete. It's Osborne. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9. And they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. To throw, Cousins. This one to the sideline. He's got it. A nice job to keep the feet in. And he goes a good shot here on the first down. 3 yards, all he could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Fourth down, field goal try coming, so Cousins is off, and on comes Greg Joseph from Minnesota. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The Vikings with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. And the first play will be a field goal try. Joseph's got it, and that will extend their lead even further. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they move the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
Joseph now to kick this one away. Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. The Packers offense here coming back out for their 2nd drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Looking for Tunyon on the crosser, and he's got it complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
That's a good-looking play to me. The big tight end on a crossing route coming underneath. Sometimes he can gain some serious momentum going forward, can't he?
Yeah, he can indeed, and pretty well executed there. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now it's Rodgers. Completes it left side to the tight end Lewis. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down. Here's Rodgers to throw. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. First target, first catch, and a 1st down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
2nd and 6. Jet sweep. Here's Watson. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think it's a pretty nice job defensively against the Jets sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. The left side completion to Jones. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play.
Short yard situation, you have to wonder if they thought they were just going to run it inside. But you have to be cognizant of the back slipping out of the backfield trying to find some open space. And that's exactly what he does to the tune of a 1st down.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead, it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. To throw is Rodgers. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far and brings up 3rd down. It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. And again, it's Rodgers. And that will be incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
On now is Mason Crosby, who's hit from as far as 58 in his career. This officially a 55-yard attempt. He's got the leg, but it's no good. He missed it right, and they will not cut into that 10-point lead.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
This offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, try to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. He gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Cousins on first down. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. So 8 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up a second down in just a couple. Cousins. Justin Jefferson bringing in the slant. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 26. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
Vikings first down.
A first down throw for Cousins. That is caught by Thielen. And brought down, but not before they get it inside a 10 to the 7. 19 yards that time for number 19.
At the 7-yard line.
Cousins to throw it. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And the stop will come inside of 5 at the 4. 3 yards is the gain that time. Second and goal. To throw is Cousins. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Joseph on for the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Adam Thielen. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. They're down 17-0, really needing to find that offensive spark on this drive as they have it with a 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender, and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, it's sometimes a thing of beauty.
Rodgers throw into the hands of Cobb. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down.
I know they don't like to hear it when they get to a certain age, but then you have to start to use your skills, your wiles, right, your mind to beat guys to the football. And getting your toes tapped in bounds definitely qualifies as that, doesn't it?
The veteran showing he still has the agility. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
A nice little juke. And some space here. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay.
Well, we've said it many times, Charles, when you have weapons like this at the wide receiver position, just get them the football any way that you can, and here it's in the run game.
And that was an example of catching a team off guard because it really paid off for them. They weren't ready for that at all. I know they weren't ready to try and catch him because once he hit full stride, it was going to turn into a big play, and it did.
And according to Next Gen Stats, his top speed on that one better than 20 miles an hour.
Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. Just a 4-play drive that time. And a long run there in the end to top it off. After the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
This taken in at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Kirk Cousins now gearing up to lead this offense back out there. 5 for 5 that last drive. Touchdown pass as well. He was clicking. Receivers, I don't want to be cliche, but running really solid routes too.
And what I love about it is when you look across any team, all right, the body types of the receivers are usually different. The way that they get open, different as well. Some of them use power to get open. Some of them use those head fakes and subtle moves. Some of them just use pure speed. And really good ones, when they're established, they know how to push off at the end of a route, too.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. Another nice move. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive. It's a quick 1st down. Well, CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Play action now. Cousins. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, running the tackle,
And that one on the rookie, Charles. Maybe a little too overeager.
You know how many times you talk about the quarterback having to have a clock in his head and make sure the ball gets away before the rush gets there? When you're a pass rusher, you have to know when the ball is gone and make sure you don't hit the quarterback afterwards. I know he's trying to make a play, but that time, he ends up drawing the flag.
Now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Cousins now from the 50. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
No doubt about that one, because even though he hasn't left the pocket, he's got a receiver in the area, so it's not rounding, even though there was no way that ball was going to be caught.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
3rd down, here's a run by Cook.
And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
The best defensive lineman They play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
So on 4th down, Ryan Wright on to punt for Minnesota.
And a good result there as that'll get out of bounds and pin them back at their 10-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense are going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. They want to be aggressive, right? Maybe get a safety out of this whole thing. It puts them in that position.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line.
He'll begin the drive with a give to Jones.
Making a stop there, Daniil Hunter.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down, and you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Again, it's Jones. Despite some fast footwork, he's still wrangled down shy of the 15. They follow up the 1st down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. The Packers on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing is Rodgers.
He finds Watson complete. And he's going to have a Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They're going to run the jet sweep. It's Cobb with it. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now both teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
2 minutes remaining in this 1st half of football. 2 1st downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers. Caught by Cobb.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Rodgers in control as he hurries his guys to the line. Rodgers now to throw on 2nd down. And Jones has it over the middle.
Just inside the 35.
They certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the 1st half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the 2nd half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
On 1st down, Rodgers. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 2nd down.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to lead the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And down inside the 15 he goes. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Now we'll get a timeout as they tend to an injured player, and looks like that's their receiver, Christian Watson. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. From the 4, this is 2nd down and 1.
To throw, it's Rodgers.
A quick throw, they're going to be batted away and incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Rodgers going to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
So now on 4th down, Rodgers will give way to Mason Crosby for the field goal try. From the left hash, a chip shot here. The kick by Crosby is good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10.
So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
After the made field goal, now Crosby will do the kickoff duties.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Vikings going to take over now late in this first half.
And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on after the half.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
A 2nd down throw for Cousins. Lets it fly for Thielen. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
They gave a shot with the deep pass, but it wasn't going to work there. And now there's less time for them to try and get 3 before the half. Let's see what they dial up on this next snap.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. This time they stay on the ground. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright.
And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And controlling the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Clock at 20 seconds to go in the half as they come up 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. Romeo Doubs is intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down. Now Rodgers. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Rodgers out to throw. Flushed out right, and he slides and covers up at the end. Is going to be able to pick up decent yardage. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. A final shot before half for Rodgers. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we hit halftime with our visitors, the Vikings, taking the lead of the locker room. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everyone, to our brand new studios here in downtown Orlando in the EA Sports Halftime Report. First, though, let's run through the next-gen stats for the Vikings in that first half. And their passing game has been the reason why they lead thus far. They've had great success moving the ball through 2 quarters of play. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they weren't quite as successful throwing the ball as their counterparts were, but they still were able to move the ball reasonably well in that first half.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this 3rd quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the 3rd quarter.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. And the Packers ready to go to start quarter number 3. Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the 3rd quarter. And, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going?
And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
In so many ways, throwing a hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes just dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And they do finally get him at the 12. A big run there by Jones. 48 yards.
So that run there, I don't know if it's overstating things to call it a thing of beauty, but in terms of football plays, that's as good as you're going to see.
And that's why he's one of the best running backs in the game today, because this run combined all the elements. Started with patience, and he's just waiting for the right lane to materialize. Then once he saw it, he used the speed and escapability in tandem and turned this into a tremendous play.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll go again to Jones. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
I don't care what the emphasis is in the NFL at any given time. Every defense is still going to say their number one goal every game is stop the run. And right now, they're not doing that. And that really chips away at your confidence.
Facing a 2nd and 6 from the 8. Off the option, it's Jones.
They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
But really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game. And I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Flush to his right, to the back of the end zone, but too high. Over everybody and incomplete.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
So now on 4th down, Rodgers will give way to Mason Crosby for the field goal try. This will be just a 21-yard attempt. The kick by Crosby is good, and it will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13.
So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
After the made field goal, now Crosby will do the kickoff duties.
This fielded right at the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. So the completion gets him just a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Throwing is Cousins.
Open man is Osborne. He's got it.
That's good. A completion there for 7 yards. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2. Cousins.
Got an open man, finding Jefferson.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Cousins in step with Jefferson that time. 1st down, Vikings.
That's a play that'll likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Let's go.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now Cousins. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Pass complete to T.J. Hockenson. Gain of 7. And the Vikings first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing, Cousins. Lets it fly for Thielen. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now Cousins. Dropped at the 35, able to display his agility, but not much room to operate. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down. Cousins to Jefferson on the slant. And he is going to pick up the Vikings first down as they wind up with a gain of 11 there on 4th down. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
We always hear about guys wanting to make plays that quiet a crowd.
Yeah.
After that one.
Here in the 3rd quarter, they were hoping to get the stop, get the football back. Not the case.
What a completion on a 4th down play.
So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, Cousins. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
On 2nd down, Cousins again.
And this one right back into the hands of Jefferson.
And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10. On 3rd and 1, here's Cousins. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on 3rd down, they said, forget about the 6. We want 6. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. The fullback dive held up short. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. And that was just brute strength against brute strength, and defensive brute one out there.
We often talk about leverage in a game. Offensive line versus defensive line. Who can get lower and create some space? In this case, as you pointed out, the defensive line got it done.
Yeah, they went to the fullback dive, could not get the first. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's complete to Cobb. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be 2nd and a couple. An inside give to Jones. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup, so a good situation on 2nd and 2. It's now 3rd and 1.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, and they continue to do so because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
They'll try and run for it with Jones.
And he's going to have the Packers' 1st down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know, defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a 1st down.
Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers.
A check down here to Jones.
And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
A 6-yard pickup.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Throwing now is Rodgers.
Got Dobbs over the middle.
2nd catch for him today, and they'll wind up the 1st down. Here's Rodgers.
Over the middle here, it's hauled in by Watson.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a 1st down.
A couple of 1st downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
On 1st down, Rodgers.
And complete once again to Watson.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
Brandon, that was a nice route that time. Lined him up on the right and worked his way all the way across the formation. One of the toughest routes to cover because you keep waiting for the ball to be thrown and for him to break something off. He goes all the way across the field, right to left for a big play.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Here's a give to Jones running left. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Lambeau. It's the Packers who have the football, but in need of points as we begin quarter number 4.
And he's got his man. Touchdown, Green Bay. It's Allen Lazard.
A great play there. He scored on the ground and through the air.
And the Packers put together a 4th quarter drive to take the lead. Well, quite the comeback here. They have erased that deficit, pushed themselves out in front now here in this fourth quarter.
But this game kind of felt like a horse race, hasn't it, partner? Because you had the other guys run out to their big lead, but then slowly and surely, they've been creeping up and closing that gap. Now they've stuck ahead in front here late in the game. The finish line's not far away. They need their defense to finish this thing off.
Crosby with the extra point, and that gives them a 3-point lead. After the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. The pressure is on now. They're being shut out here in the second half after a decent first half offensively. And they need their best drive of the game right here.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Pass interference. Defense.
So they'll, of course, decline the pass interference there and wisely take the yardage.
And I think defensively he's saying, I was getting away with that in the first half. Why are you making that call now? But to me, that one was pretty easy to see. I don't understand what he's upset about. I think it was the correct call.
First down, here's Cousins.
This ball complete. It's an out route to Thielen.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4.
Cousins now.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
The intended target, T.J. Hockenson, and it's 3rd and 4. Again, it's Cousins.
Throw caught there by Osborne.
And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 26. A sizable 16-yard jump there. The drive continues. Cousins now to throw on first down.
Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Second and 4.
To throw is Cousins.
Throw left.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Now the Packers get set to go. They get the crucial turnover, just huge, but now they've got the football deep in their own territory, and you got to be careful because if you give it right back, there goes your lead.
Have to be extremely happy with their defense. They received a gift. That takeaway, even though they're deep in their own territory, now they have the football. And you know there's always that alpha on defense, that grouchy guy. Forget what the coaches said. I'll guarantee you, he told the quarterback, we just took care of you. Now you take care of us.
And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes. They've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
2nd and 8.
On the counter, here's Jones. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the...
He's got a man, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. One heck of a 3rd down conversion, 33 yards.
When teams practice their plays during the week, they're hoping that it's going to pay off on game day. So it sure has to feel good for them when they hit them during a game. And they hit that one there for big yardage.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing is Rodgers. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Up the middle, Jones.
And good space to operate there as he takes us down inside the 35-yard line. 134 yards rushing for now as he's carried it 16 times.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
From the shotgun, a give to Jones. Oh, he shifts past him.
And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line.
Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
And that's the type of run that they're looking for because they'll need to continue to rely on him to move the sticks in this tight game in order to preserve this lead.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. That's complete right around the 8. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
2nd and 2, 1st down marker at the 5-yard line.
To throw, it's Rodgers. Dancing to his left. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
This is where good coaching and execution come into play because down this close, you absolutely don't want to turn it over. Good job keeping that in mind as he escaped, bought time, and decided throwing it away was his best option.
The Packers on 3rd down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now it's Rodgers.
And he's got his man. Touchdown, Green Bay. It's Allen Lazard.
A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Packers get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. And that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team's played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
Crosby connects on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. After the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. With the football going back to the Vikings offense. And the script really flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 18. He'll look to throw. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says a long drive. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
Oh, he caught it. Just couldn't get the feet down. Couldn't get that toe tap sequence, right? I was ready to call tippy toes if that one was completed.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Cousins to throw it. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. To throw, Cousins. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Osborne. And he will have a Vikings 1st down. He's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. To the air again, it's Cousins. On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Cousins. Complete. Jefferson the target. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up. They've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Two 1st downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Here's Cousins. Over the middle, complete. It's Osborne. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. On 2nd down, Cook. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
I don't care what anyone says. I want a big-time back gaining this kind of yardage each and every time I step on the field. A tone setter, those guys are hard to find.
They run again on first down. Cook. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
From the 38, Cousins setting up the screen for Cook. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down.
With all the success they've had throwing the football as a pass rusher, you know you've got to come hard when you see him drop back to throw. So I really like this call to counteract that pass rush with a screen. It turns into positive yardage. A lot of times the offense says, just replace the rusher with the ball, and it turns into a good play.
Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. But forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try to get the ball back again.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. From the gun, here's Cousins. He's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Kirk Cousins on the connection to Justin Jefferson. And the Vikings have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a 1-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Now Joseph tees up to kick off following the touchdown. Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. The Packer offense now ready to get back on the field. And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game here in the 4th quarter. Defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or do you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts early's opportunity? Or what do you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about their strategy.
A nice run there by Jones on first down as he'll wind up getting about 5. So 2nd and 5 coming up. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10.
So Cousins and the Vikings down 27-24, a minute 47 on the clock. They need at minimum 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10. Cousins to throw.
Completes this to Jefferson.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
Clock rolling here, under 90 seconds to go. Now Cousins. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. These are the spots, the stage of the game where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the 2nd quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Here's Cousins. Got his men complete over the middle. That's Osborne.
And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
1st down now, but that clock rolling. Cousins.
He's going to get this one down to Cook. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Second and 2.
They'll look to throw.
Open man is Osborne. He's got it.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Bottom line, 2-yard gain's just not going to cut in this situation. You've got to move the ball downfield in order to have a chance.
Defense will give them that the rest of the way. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
A little extra pressure with this one for Greg Joseph.
This to potentially send us to overtime. And this kick is not going to get there. It's short and no good. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3.
We so often think of these kickers as automatic at any distance, and it's just not the case because we start talking about 50-plus yards. It's still a tough one to connect on. This one ends up no good, and that should put to rest any chance of this game getting to overtime.
Rodgers will take a knee here, and that should be all she wrote.
That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the 4th quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit they faced certainly wasn't small. They obviously did not give up on that one, and in the end, how about that come-from-behind victory? They'll cherish this one for a while.